Alright, so first order of the day, we have some Romanian deadlifts. For Romanian deadlifts, I like to use this machine because I feel it much better in my glutes compared to a barbell or a dumbbell. I think an equivalent for this, if you don't have this machine, which is from the Bodybuilder brand, is a belt squat. And otherwise, if you don't have that, then barbells or a dumbbell will do. But for me, I prefer this one. So last time I did 60 kilos without the added resistance bands, but this time I'm gonna add the resistance bands and keep the weight the same. Yeah, I'm gonna do this for 12 reps. And I'm gonna add some wrist straps because I prefer when you have to use your hands to the side instead of at the front, because it's much easier on the grip. But even then, I still need wrist straps. Alright, that's that one done. And that was already pretty difficult. But yeah, now we rest for about 3 minutes. I like to go between 2 or 3 minutes for, depending on the exercise. The lighter accessories I usually do 2 minutes, but for Romanians and to reset my grip a little, I choose to go for 3. Alright, it's nearly time for the second set. Physically I'm ready, mentally I'm not. Alright. I just barely made it grip-wise with my left hand. Those 3 minutes of rest goes by super quickly, way too quickly. But try and take your rest seriously. Wait the predetermined amount of time, take maybe a minute longer if you really need it, but 3 minutes is a fine time to go for. Let's see, okay, well, the rest is already done. Okay, last set. Gonna see what it brings. Had to reset my grip for a bit, but that's okay. Better that than having to stop. Not because your glutes are out, but just for your grip. So okay, that was a good set. Next up we have step-ups. These are relatively new in my program, so I'm still trying to figure out the best way to do them for me. Currently I'm doing the cable kinds, but I find it pretty difficult when it comes to balance, even when I'm holding on, especially with my right leg. So I might switch these to the Smith machine variant eventually. But for today, let's go with the cable. I've set up the bench. I'm doing 24.8 kilos. I'm gonna start with my weakest leg, which is the right. Yeah, these don't feel great, but I do feel it in my glute, so I guess it's fine. Maybe I can do a bit more range of motion, but it's just difficult. Okay. Oh, wait. These are difficult. But now we rest. Also 3 minutes because these take a lot out of me. Again, those 3 minutes pass by way too quickly, but it's just one more set and we gotta get it over with. Fuck this shit. Okay, next up we have goblet squats. And I'm gonna do this heel elevated. So I'm gonna put down a plate. And last time I did them with 38 kilos, just now I'm gonna do the 40s. And the 40s are actually the max dumbbell in this place, so for next week I'm gonna see what I do. maybe slower tempos or something. But yeah, actually for most exercises I now do 2 sets instead of 3 or 4, but I try to keep the intensity as high as possible to make those sets really count. And the reason I just do 2 is because I'm in a calorie deficit. So I'm not really building muscle, I'm trying to maintain as much muscle as possible. And then high intensity is more important than your overall volume. So that's why I'm trying to focus more on intensity, and then when I go back to bulking, I will raise the volume again. Also, don't mind the gigantic sunburn on my front. 10 reps, come on. This hurts. Here I only do 2 minutes of rest. Or maybe 2 minutes 30. I feel like it might be needed today. I'm used to going in the late afternoon, early evening, at which point I have more food in my body. So now it's just my breakfast and a banana. And I am feeling a bit weaker. Last set. For my last set, I try to go beyond the destined amount of reps and just take everything that I can out of this exercise. I can't say that's fun, but it may be necessary to grow my legs properly. All right. Okay, yeah, on a better day I think I could have gone for more, but that's gonna be it for goblet squats today. So now we get to go down on this roller coaster and just relax a little with some extra accessories. And I say relax, but I do try to push myself on these as well, especially in the last set. I'm just gonna check what I did last time. Last time I did 37 kilos. So I'm gonna go to 38. And I'm supposed to get 10 to 12 reps on these. Write that down. 12 reps. And now we rest for, let's say, 2.5 minutes. The thing I'm least looking forward to when it comes to accessories is leg extensions. They are so good, so great. They make my quads feel amazing. But to really push yourself on them, they hurt. A lot. Time for the second and last set. Whew. Let's see how many reps I get. Oh, okay. Only 9. But oh well. We still went to failure. Alright, at least near enough failure. But so next week I have to stay at this exact weight. Alright, leg extension time. Last time I did 43. So let's go to 45. For 10 to 12 reps. Alright, but first let's wait a minute. This is too soon after leg curls. But after this, at least we're almost done. Okay, we got 12 on the first one, but I fear that we may get a lot more on the second set. Oh well, those are problems for over 2 minutes. Alright, I fear it's time. For those about to die, we salute you. Okay. My God. My God. Okay. That was good. Alright, at last we have a calf raises, standing calf raises variant, because we can't neglect our calves. And last time I did 102, so now I'm going to go for... Apparently I can jump smaller, so I have to go to 108 for 12 to 15 reps. But okay, we'll see what it gives. Let's go. don't think I'm gonna manage 50 reps for all 3 sets, but we're gonna try. We're only resting 2 minutes for these. One more set and we're completely done for today. I love training, I love working out hard, but I'm always glad to be done. Okay, we're done. We're done. Time for a pump check. That's it for one of my leg days. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you got some inspiration from this, and hopefully see you next time. Bye.